You're tuned in to the Brand Ambassador Select Podcast.
Hi, and welcome back. I'm your host, Lenore, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode of the Brand Ambassador Select Podcast. I have to say, one of the most positive things about this whole pandemic thing is that I really do think our community is banding together and they're really trying to truly help one another. And that's how nonprofit organization Crystals for COVID was born. It was international pop performing artist and founder of Donations for Daddy, Veronica Kole, and personal chef Mary Kumela, as well as the Chef's Warehouse. They've teamed up to provide healthcare workers with healthy meals, PPE, and other essential items. Now, they've been hosting a series of virtual parties where you can shop items from the Swarovski Touchstone crystal line, as well as custom studded canvases and prints. Their bingo is such a hit. Like, the fact that I joined this for the first time and I won on the first game of my first time, I was very excited, guys. I don't really win many things, and I won a necklace. So it was really, really cool, and it's actually really fun. There was over like 50-something people on this Zoom to play bingo, and they raised so much money. They were able to really put some food on the tables for our essential workers, which was awesome as well. Definitely one of my 2020 quarantine highlights, let me tell you. And with live events now not really taking place, and musicians don't have any shows coming up because nothing can be live, Crystals for COVID now is presenting the Social Distance Tour. It's a virtual concert to raise money. So their first show was such a huge success that they're bringing it back in June. And we do have Veronica Kole on the line to give us some more details on Crystals for COVID, the Social Distance Tour, bingo, and everything else involved. Veronica, welcome to today's show.
Thank you so much, Lenore, for having me. Thank you guys for having me on today. I really, really appreciate it, especially despite I couldn't be there in person. This is the next best alternative.
I know. At least you're in the same county, so I know you're kind of close right now.
We're close in proximity. I mean, it's not the whole 6 feet away. It's more like, 60 miles away, maybe more or less. But hey, it's okay. We're keeping our social distance. We're socially distancing.
Exactly. So wait, as a singer and performer in the music industry, how has your 2020 schedule really been affected with, Corona, lockdown, things like that? Do you think there's hope for live music shows?
2020 has been as interesting for me as it has been for everyone else, if not even weirder. So as a performer, 2020 has been extremely interesting because most live music, live venues are not going to be active for a pretty long time as far as it looks. So, at the beginning, I was a firm believer that this will only last a couple weeks. So now I feel truly bad about that assumption. But I was the person who would make fun of it and didn't think it was as serious as it was. And now I totally take it all back. All of my 2020 bookings up until January have all been canceled at this point. So everything that I had scheduled is no longer on the schedule. Everywhere that I play, and especially because I do a lot of international work. So that's probably not going to be back up and running until maybe summer is what they're looking at of next year. Not this summer that's coming up in like a week, next summer. So a lot of my international work was canceled. Well, all of my international work is canceled until further notice. They're not even looking at rebookings. Everything else on my calendar is, again, they're not looking to rebook right now either. So I'm just kind of in limbo as far as live work goes, and live work is my favorite kind of work. As far as studio production goes, it's a little too close for comfort, and all the studios are shut right now too. So I've been trying to find other alternatives, and I've been making connections and just utilizing the resource of social media to get back in touch with people. And I think that's kind of the only thing that I can really do right now besides doing broadcasting music and playing live via live stream, which is kind of what everybody's kind of alternative to at this point is playing live online. But as far as 2020 goes, I think it's probably been the weirdest year for any musician. And my calendar is basically empty, which is weird and unusual. So I've been just trying to find other resources.
But I do love that you're using your skills, not just music, but your humanitarian skills, because you, in conjunction with Donations for Daddy, has teamed up with New Jersey personal chef Mary Kumela for Crystals for COVID. How did that all come about?
So Mary and I are very, very close friends. She actually, because I'm getting married this year, fingers crossed, 2020 brides. Hello, this is what's going on. But if all goes planned, Mary's actually one of my flower girls. So the nature of my wedding is, no one under the age of 18 is really going to be there because of the nature of it. And I have very close friends of mine playing the roles of like the flower girls and stuff like that. So she's actually one of my flower girls. And Mary and I are very, very close. We've been friends for a really long time. Her brother is actually one of my best friends. And Mary's a personal chef, and she was quarantined with 2 other chefs as well in her house because she was planning on opening a business, which obviously did not open due to this. And they sat down and they were really, really bored. Obviously, everyone's unemployed on that realm. So she was like, I kind of want to do something to utilize what I can do. Like she's sitting cooking home for her family and she's like, what do I do? And she and I spoke about it and we decided to do Crystals for COVID. And Crystals for COVID is about us utilizing our resources to be able to help those who are providing for us every single day, our healthcare professionals, as they fight for our lives in hospitals. So in order to do that, Mary, being a chef, and her friends decided to cook meals, healthy meals, because all they were getting was pizza. And we decided that was definitely not enough fuel to function through your 12-hour shifts where you don't even have breaks. So
no, you need meat.
Mary
came up. Meat.
You need something, protein, you need veggies, you need good stuff. So Mary came up with a menu that will hold, it'll last, nothing like green salads or anything that, dressings and stuff like that, they don't hold well. So Mary came up with a well-holding menu, and we have been providing food to hospitals in the tri-state area for the last couple of weeks. We've already sent out, I think, over 3,000 meals. And by the end of this weekend, we're looking at next week hitting our 4,000 mark already. So we've been trying to do whatever we can to utilize our resources and our abilities to be able to provide for the people who have been taking care of us.
Now, where are you providing these meals? Are they at hospitals, urgent cares, AMT places?
We've actually mostly hospitals, COVID units in particular, just because they don't even have a second to get off the clock or get any food or anything because they're very, very busy. My cousin is a COVID doctor in a COVID unit, and he goes 12 to 14 hours without eating and stuff like that. So it's we primarily focused our efforts on hospitals, COVID units in particular, but we've been able to, because of all the generous people out there who have been donating in the community, we've been able to outsource as well to special care homes, like nursing homes. That's for the nurses there. We've been able to actually donate to local police departments as well. We've been a little more flexible with where we've been able to donate because of the community support we've gotten. We originally had focused on COVID units and providing things like PPE because through Chef's Warehouse, which is our distributor, we're able to sometimes get things like hand sanitizer and like disinfectants that it's hard to get a hold of. So we've been able to send a couple of those resources out as well. It has been mostly food, but we've been able to expand because of the community outreach and the things that people are doing to help this movement. So we really appreciated that.
So how can we help? Because I know that I've joined your bingo, and I'm so excited to join it again because I know the donations go to the meals for all those individuals that are in need. How else can we help?
There's a lot of different things that we've been doing as far as being able to raise funds for this. People have been making just donations, just regular donations, but we've created multiple programs that we can get the community involved and make them feel like they're part of the organization as well. Because sometimes it's not just about donating your money, it's about taking the time and learning more about it and having fun in the process. And because we're not able to do the concert series like we've been doing every year through donations for Daddy Foundation, we decided to utilize our ideas of bringing the community together to doing things like bingo, which bingo surprisingly has brought in a lot of the donations and has brought in a lot of the community to be able to do this. I mean, even a small thing like bingo, even 10 to 20 bucks, it does go a long way. We also held a concert last week, which we are having our next concert on June 13th. And the concert last week also raised funds to be able, and 100% of those funds went to Crystals for COVID. and being able to provide those meals. We also, my brother is a professional makeup artist, and he utilized his resources and talents to put together a masterclass, which he is going to do again as well, where people can learn while also donating at the same time. Because realistically, sometimes people like to get more and be part of something. Mm-hmm. So we decided that through bingo and through concerts and through things like that, it gets people involved, which in actual reality gets more people involved. You know what I mean?
It's more
they
than
spread
just
the
a
word
check.
about things. It's more than just a check. It's about bringing the community together. It's about being positive through this, because even though we're helping our nurses and doctors and our healthcare professionals, we also want to bring the community together. It's a very depressing time. People have had a lot of mental health issues. People have felt trapped and that they can't do the things that they normally like to do. So we also utilize that, and we're able to provide the community with something to do and something fun, something a little different. Even if it's bingo, we're listening to some professional musicians who are donating their time as well, learning about new music, learning about how to put your face on in the morning, things like that. It's more than just a check. It's about bringing the community together. And I think that provides more for all of us as a whole than just donating meals and money,
I'm so happy your brother's like not behind you right now, because he'd probably be like, you didn't fix your eyebrows right, you didn't contour this right. I'm like, Armando, okay, like I get it. So the masterclass is actually super interesting. So thanks for inviting us to that. And I know that you said that you're going to be doing more. He's going to be doing more. Are you going to be the model for them all the time?
Okay, so first of all, I'm really glad you joined us. So thanks for joining us on that. And I hope that you were able to take something away from it, because I know that my brother is he's a professional, he's step by step by step. And we even left the video on there for the people who join to be able to look back at it as a reference if they're doing their makeup in the morning, to pull some ideas from that, to be able to look back at it. So it wasn't just a 2-hour bam and done, But actually, we were talking to some of the people who watched it, and some people want to see like a mature face being done, because there are, every age has a different tone of skin, has a different kind of skin. I mean, I have very, very dry skin. So for me, I'm able to cater to people with very dry skin. But we actually might get my mom in on this, because obviously social distancing, we can't really bring in any models or anything. But I mean, for more mature skin and stuff like that, it might be really useful to bring in like my mom to show like how through generations makeup is utilized differently. And her skin is much, it's not dry at all. Her skin is much moister than mine, or much more moister. I hate that word anyway. But her skin is better than mine. Let's just put it that way. So for people who don't have their skin as dehydrated as mine, that could also be a really useful thing too. So I mean, obviously, we're going inside the house, and I can't use we can't use Armando. That's not realistic. So between me and my mom, I think we're going to have some of this covered.
Jackie's going to make her debut. I can't wait.
I don't want her to talk much. She's funny, but she was even talking during the thing, and I can't keep her shut. She's funny. She's very entertaining. I'm sure people will get a kick out of it.
Now, I am excited for the next tour date that you have for the social distance tour. You said it was, June 13th?
June 13th is our next concert, and bingo is every single Saturday at 8 p.m. minus a concert date. Okay. So the only day that we wouldn't be doing bingo is on June 13th. But bingo is every single Saturday at 8 p.m. We're also looking to do a kids bingo, which is not as complicated and stuff like that for children to get involved in, with children-based prizes, and to give a little fun, because I know it's hard for some parents keeping the kids in the house all the time. It gives them like an hour or two break from their kids so that they can play and do something else. We are looking into that, but bingo is every Saturday at 8 p.m. minus a concert date. The next concert is June 13th, which we already have some acts solid booked for it, which is very exciting. We are bringing back a couple of my favorites from last time. And I'll make an appearance also, I guess.
I guess it's gonna be like, you can't like do you can't say that, all my shows for the beautiful tour and like all my international stuff got canceled, but I'm not gonna join the whole social distance Zoom concert series that I started. Veronica, come on.
Yeah, I'll make an appearance there. I'm just kidding. I actually really love the fact that we're able to bring music into people's homes right now, because since we can't go to a restaurant and listen to live music, we can't go to a concert and listen to live music. this is the next best alternative, and to be able to bring it into someone's home for a good cause is the best that I can do.
I actually really love that it's stripped down and raw, because you actually get to see people's talents versus all the auto-tuned. And even when you go on tour too, I get that things, happen, but just you straight with either the guitar or just the piano is really just shows and is able to showcase all those artists, including yourself, all the talent.
Absolutely. It's also, for me, I get more out of listening to acoustic performances. I mean, I've performed with some of these artists before on stage. I've performed with them at shows. I've heard them perform. But for me to sit down and actually listen to it on my computer at home, I was able to hear people's lyrics that I hadn't heard before. I was able to see them do something different. And for me, that's exciting. I think it's cool as a listener, at least in that perspective, to see an artist that you've heard before or an artist that you've never heard of, to be able to listen to their lyrics and their concepts and to be able to hear them on a different perspective. I feel like that shines a better light to music. I kind of like it, even though you're not playing on stage in your normal place, in your normal zone, which for me is completely different than my norm. I kind of like this little laid back, relaxed, everybody's in their PJs at home, minus the artists who obviously glitz and glam up anyway. But I mean, for the most part, I think it's interesting to be able to see people in their surroundings and their settings and listening really close, like more than normal. I think it's kind of cool.
It paints a picture of them. It's not this production. It's, this is me, this is my story, these are my songs. Like, this is my talent.
Yeah.
Can't fake
it's
it
nice.
there.
It's really nice. Plus, someone's kid came in and was dancing to their music, and I thought that was so cute. You see people in their environment. It's kind of interesting and different. I really like it.
It's super.
I'm excited to do it again.
Oh no, I'm too. So June 13th. Do we have a time?
June 13th. We're probably looking at the 5 p.m. realm.
Okay. Cool.
To kind of put it in the middle of the day, not too close to like you could get out of it and still eat dinner. Mm-hmm. You get right out of lunch and see it, whatever the case may be. We kind of put it in the middle of the day so that we're not taking up people's whole nights and stuff like that. So I think the 5 p.m. was pretty comfortable, so we're probably going to go with that. And it's going to be June 13th. We have a great lineup, super talented people. The lineup has not been disclosed yet because we're still picking our artists. And again, we try to make it as varied as possible, all different genres, all different kinds of music, because, music to everyone's eyes is different. And we wanted to be able to bring in all different kinds of music, all different genres, all different ages, so that it's a cool, varied, interesting event.
So more on Bingo, more on the social distance tour, and to get involved, all you have to do is visit crystalsforcovid.com. That is crystalsforcovid.com. You can always slide into Veronica's DMs on Insta too. She'll definitely be answering you. This is like, I'm telling people you better be answering them, Veronica.
I do answer my DMs. I do. If you need more information, make sure you guys check out crystalsforcovid.com. On Instagram, it's at crystalsforcovid. My Instagram is at Veronica_Kole, Kole. If you have any questions, you want to join our next bingo, you could comment on a post, you can hit us up on DM, or there is a specific place on the website where you can actually write to us, and it does go straight to our email as well. We're here to answer any questions you guys might have. We have videos up if you want to see some of the stuff we've done so far, and make sure you guys are spreading the word. I mean, things like bingo, Lenore and I sit down, we have a little drink, and we play bingo. I mean, it's the best you can do. We're trapped at home. But
I know.
You still get to see your friends and family. I invite my friends. I invite my family because I want to see their pretty little faces. But make sure you spread the word. Spend some time with your friends. Even though you're stuck at home, you could still do it. And this is one of the ways to do that.
I do have to say, being a part of Bingo for the first time last week, you guys have it super organized. Like, the sheets were in my email. I knew exactly what things I needed to mark off. You really checked all the numbers. So if anybody's wondering how it works, you don't need to wonder because they got it down packed.
Yeah, that's all Mary. Mary is not only super talented with cooking and being a professional chef who is going to be opening her business after all this ends, of course. But she also, she's an event planner. She's been helping me out with my stuff. I mean, Mary's super multi-talented and she's super on top of everything. So there's no need to worry about how things are organized. She really takes the horns on that, and it's more fun and exciting than stress. I mean, it kind of wipes your stress away for a couple hours. And, Mary's great. She's just, I don't know, I can't do the things she does.
That's why you guys are a team. So she does those things, you do the other, and then you get together. She's the brains and the looks. I'm the personality, I guess.
You
got some looks too, okay? Don't be
putting yourself down. I can sing a little bit. That's
I can hold a note. I just happen to travel all over the world and sing anyway. No big deal. So Veronica,
we make a great pair.
Yes, for sure. Veronica, thanks so much for joining us today. If you do know somebody who is positively impacting our community that you think we should really highlight, feel free to send us an email, information@brandambassadorselect.com. Veronica, thanks so much. Again, crystalsforcovid.com in order to get involved with the show, with bingo, with even just donating your time or even donating, anything to help our essential workers.
Absolutely. Thank you, Lenore, for having us. We really, really appreciate it. And we look forward to singing you at bingo on Saturday.
Yeah, Hopefully I win. Like last time, I'm so excited that I won the first round. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, she won. Lenore won the very first round at her first time in bingo. It's amazing. I never win anything. So
I know.
Dang.
I was like, yeah. I was so excited. So excited. I'm excited for my crystals to come in the mail too. Super pumped for that. So thank you again for joining us for another episode of the Brand Ambassador Select Podcast. I'm your host, Lenore, and we'll see you next time.
Stay healthy and safe, y'all. Take care. Thank you so much.